Hi, I'm Aaron Moore, and I'm a paranormal investigator. But I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. I experienced something that changed my life completely. Initially, I had a passion of becoming a crime reporter. I went to different news channels and gave numerous interviews until I finally landed a job at Channel BII. I began reporting for the channel, but I didn't seem to get any good news or events to cover. Like the time my boss sent me saying I would cover something big. It was a huge event taking place where hundreds of people would come. I thought it was my time to shine. Until I learned more about the event I was covering. There was a huge annual contest taking place in Kentucky. Brianna Estes, my boss, or in other words, Daddy's little intern at BII, wanted me to report the hot dog competition that was taking place there. It was a long trip from the BII headquarters in LA to Kentucky. But what other choice did I have? The person to stuff the most hot dogs in their mouth in 10 minutes would be the winner to the title of the toughest man on earth. The biggest hot dog event of all times is taking place right here in Bardstown, Kentucky. We have Billy Bob Parker over here who has eaten a record-breaking 89 hot dogs. And 3/4. 89 and 3/4 hot dogs. Tell us, Billy Bob, how does it feel to be called the toughest man? It's Aaron Moore, Channel BII, reporting live from Kentucky. Then there was the time when Brianna told me I would interview a very well-known author. At 3 a.m. in the morning, when practically everyone in LA was snoring in their beds, I was sitting up close and personal with award-winning author Alfred McConaughey, promoting his book, How to Fold Your Laundry in 1,000 Extreme Ways. Honestly, I was frustrated about where my career was heading to. But even to this day, I still remember this one competition that Brianna sent me to. It led me to meet a man that I will never forget. Aaron, you're going to Georgia today. Your flight will depart in 2 hours. Chop chop, get going. Oh, and make sure you participate in it. The audience seems to enjoy watching you. Brianna, no, not another eating competition. Are you forgetting I'm your boss? All right, yes, boss. I didn't know how to break it to my boss that the cameraman she had hired never cast a full view of my face. The camera was always directed to some girl in the background. So I was sent to Georgia to cover a grand chili festival. Beef and bean chili. The chili was not that bad, but I guess I wasn't as great as the men that slurped down 3 pots of hot, thick chili in one sitting. So do you live nearby? No, I'm here for work. I'm a reporter. I work for the channel BII. Oh, that's cool. So do you like the chili here? Yeah, it wasn't bad. You need to try this out. It's a habanero chili. I always put them in my chili. Maybe that's why you're so hot. Isn't that really spicy? Sometimes a little spice makes it fun. Come on, try it. I knew I was going to suffer, but on the insistence of this beautiful girl I met at the festival, I ate a few habanero chilies. The festival would go on for 2 days, in which I was supposed to host a documentary of the art of boiling chili. BII had booked a hotel nearby where I could lodge. I was relieved when I reached the hotel. The atmosphere was calm and quiet. No one was burping or belching. But I was feeling bloated and sick, most likely because of the habanero. I checked in at the reception. The kind lady handed me the key to my room, which was on the 4th floor. The stairs are to your left and the elevator is to your right. Enjoy your stay. I was in no condition to drag myself up 4 flights of stairs. I struggled with my luggage into the elevator and told the elevator operator I would be going to the 4th floor. It was nearly 2 floors up when the elevator got stuck in between the 2nd and the 3rd floor. I didn't understand why things like this would always happen to me, but I'm glad it did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today sharing this with all of you. The operator and I stood there. 30 minutes, an hour. Is this normal for the elevator to get stuck? Well, Cleveland is a very small town, and this is a very old hotel. Not a lot of people actually come here. There's still a lot of repair that needs to be done to this building. This isn't the first time. This has happened before, but I'm sure someone will notice and report it to the reception. I'm Aaron Moore. I'm Albert Nelson. How long do you think it will take? I can't say for sure, but let's just say soon. The chili in my stomach was already halfway up my throat. I was even having trouble breathing, but I managed to pull through for the first couple hours. I hit my breaking point when about 4 hours had passed and there was still no help. I bent over and became awfully sick. I thought the operator would come forward to assist me, but he didn't. I assumed he was grossed out, but when I peered to look, there was no one in the elevator with me. I was all alone. About half an hour after that, I heard some men outside. People had finally come to fix the elevator. When the elevator door was manually opened, I saw the operator outside. He had brought the paramedics and some of the hotel's engineers to my rescue. I was confused as to how he managed to get out of the elevator, but I felt so sick I could barely speak. After I had some rest, I went to the lobby in search of the operator. I found him in front of the elevator. Mr. Nelson, how did you get out of the elevator earlier today? Excuse me? When the elevator got stuck. You were in there with me, but how did you get out? I think you still need some rest. I wasn't in the elevator. Without getting too involved in the conversation, the operator behaved as if he was busy and left. I pondered on the matter, but I couldn't figure how it was possible that I wouldn't see him get out. The next day, I met him at the lobby again, but once again, he denied being in the elevator. Listen, Mr. Aaron, nothing like that happened. I saw the elevator shut down and I went to get people to repair it. I heard that someone was inside and it sounded like the person was sick, so I also called the paramedics here. I don't understand why you think I was inside with you. I wasn't convinced at the man's explanation. I had seen him with my own eyes. I had spoken to him when I entered the elevator. I asked him quite a few times, but he stubbornly denied being in the elevator with me. I gave up the conversation and went back to my hotel room. But after a while of thinking things through again, I was sure I wasn't wrong. There had to be something more to it. I went down to the lobby to search for the operator when I saw him leaving the hotel with his bag. He was heading back home after his work shift. I hurried out the door and caught up to him. Sir, hold on. I'm sorry, but I just can't get my head around what happened in the elevator. You were there with me. Why are you denying it? Mr. Aaron, how many times will I tell you I wasn't with you? I heard noises from outside and called for help. That's it. The man turned around and started crossing the road. I called out, "Wait, don't go. Look, I won't be here after tomorrow. Please tell me, what are you trying to hide?" Just then, a car came speeding down the road uncontrollably. The operator was caught off guard. I ran and pulled him out of the way. It was a close call. The driver halted the car and came running out. "Are you okay?" "I don't know what happened. This has never happened to me before. I could see you, but I wasn't able to do anything. It was as if something impelled me to crash the car. We're all right." That was a really close one. All right then, Mr. Nelson. I'll let you be. You must be tired after work. See you around. I turned to return to the hotel when the operator called me. Wait. This is the third time this has happened in this week that I've had a near-death experience. I was able to escape the first two, but if it weren't for you, this would have been the end for me. I owe my life to you. The operator invited me to his home. We sat down together and the man shared his story with me. You see, I've been working here for many years now. The job is very irritating and oftentimes can be very laborious and exhausting. The engineers come to fix the elevator, but somehow it malfunctions again and again. And I often end up getting stuck inside for sometimes a few minutes to hours. It all began one hot summer day when the elevator had gotten stuck. I began to suffocate in the heat. I started sweating and became quite frustrated. I sat there and tried to calm down. I closed my eyes and imagined I was on the rooftop. I imagined the open skies, the birds flying by, until suddenly I started to feel a cool breeze on my face. When I opened my eyes, I found I was on the rooftop. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it works. But since that day, if the elevator ever happens to malfunction, I just close my eyes and concentrate. I picture the rooftop, and I would be there every time. When I heard the operator's paranormal experience, I was thrilled. This was amazing. I had gotten myself a grand opportunity. This was my golden chance to report something big. I could report this at BII, and I would be able to bring this man in as evidence. When I returned to the BII headquarters, I immediately went to my boss. Aaron, you're back. Great, come here. I want you to meet Joey Brown. He's a zookeeper with an extra special talent. Your job will be to learn how to handle his pet monkey while you're on screen before you host a morning show tomorrow, all right? And be careful, the monkey likes to bite. Brianna, I have something urgent I need to tell you. Urgent talk later, monkey business first. After an hour of jumping with Joey Brown's monkey, I finally got to explain everything that had happened, and that Mr. Nelson's experience would be something big for the channel. Unfortunately, Brianna was in no way convinced that anything I said was true. No, this is nothing but nonsense. It's a hoax. There's no way it's possible. I was there, it happened in front of me. Alright then, if you're insisting, you can go bring the man and we'll test it out here at the studio. If the man can magically appear on our rooftop from our elevator, I'll convince Dad to telecast it on our daily show. I was excited more than ever. I immediately called up the hotel in Georgia. May I speak with Mr. Albert Nelson? He works at the hotel. Mr. Albert Nelson? I'm so sorry to tell you, Mr. Albert Nelson recently passed away. What? When? How? He suffered an anaphylactic shock from an allergic reaction. He had been going to that same restaurant for years now. They knew he was allergic to shellfish. The restaurant hired a new cook recently, who was unaware of the matter. It was all due to a small mistake. It was so unfortunate. Upon getting the news, I was heartbroken and disappointed. It was an experience of my life that I would never forget for the years to come. It was from this incident that I was inspired once again to continue my passion as a reporter. I still work at Channel BII, and I still report the lame events that Brianna, my boss, sends me to regularly. But whenever I get news of something strange, bizarre, paranormal, and of course, interesting, I'm one step ahead in investigating the matter. I couldn't prove my first ever paranormal experience, but it confirmed my faith in the existence of the paranormal. And it wasn't long before I came upon the most thrilling event of my life. Want to know my paranormal discoveries and adventures? Keep watching. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.